Welcome back. Well, painting season is officially over. Winter is right here on our eye teeth. So we got Beulah. That's right, I named her Beulah. Got her gift wrapped, ready for her winter vacation out in the driveway. Then, if that's not enough, we're gonna bring that in here somewhere, somehow. Welcome to In the Garage. It's gonna be awesome. We got the behemoth uncovered. We got Beulah, old Beulah sitting right here. You wondering where Beulah came from? Well, look, classy, elegant, sophisticated, yet just enough trailer park to get all, you know what I mean, in your nose hair area. Yeah, I think it's a fitting name. All right, we're gonna get a game plan together, see what we can do to get this frame inside this garage. Now, I have measured, and according to the whole measuring wizardry, this thing should fit. We'll see. All right. What we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this exhaust out, and hopefully I can cut it in small enough chunks I can fit it in my garbage can. We'll see. I know it's ½ inch. I knew it was. Got so much grease and grime around it. And I'd say these have probably never been changed. 99,000 miles? Probably not. Get this drive shaft out, and we'll bring you back. All right. Now, a long time ago, when the body was on the frame, I was up under the car undoing emergency brakes and stuff, and had this tool in my hand, so I went ahead and busted these loose a while back. So they were already loose, is what I'm trying to tell you. If you're paying attention to what I'm saying, then that's what you would have got from all that. Quit mashing your finger. That'd be a smart thing to do. Even though I do have 9 more. All right, now, if you will notice, these old heads, these anyway, do not have accessory bolt holes. Alternator brackets, power steering pump. What else would go there? What did I say? Alternator, power steering, AC compressor, whatever. All right, so what we're gonna have to do to get this thing up out of here is we're gonna have to take a manifold bolt loose on each side. That's where we'll bolt our chain. And we'll see about yanking this thing on up out of here. Hopefully, these bolts don't break. They're known for it. Oh, okay, well, this one's already loose. Good news. We're halfway there. These, they still use these, believe it or not, these old locking tabs. Now what we have to bear in mind is we got transmission hanging off the back of this thing. So we need to, we may just have to pick it up to find out whether or not. Look here. What I might do is, instead of going from corner to corner, I may put, you know, more of the lifting towards the front to help counterbalance that transmission. We'll see how that works out. Let me see if these are hand tight up here. Yep. Those out of the way. This one out of the way.
Joke of the week.
All right. So there's this preacher used to ride his bike to church every Sunday morning. So he got up one Sunday morning, went outside to get on his bike, and it was gone. Well, he looked around the house, couldn't find it. Finally, lit out walking to work. Come up through the parking lot, saw the deacon up on the porch there. Deacon said, "Well, preacher, where's your bicycle at?" He said, "I don't know, Deacon." He said, "I think somebody stole it." He said, "But on the way here," he said, "a message popped into my heart." He said, I think I know how my settle is." Deacon said, "Oh yeah?" He said, "How you gonna do it?" He said, "Well," he said, "I think I'm gonna preach on 10 Commandments." He said, "And when I get down to thou shalt not steal," he said, "I'm gonna look up. And if anybody's looking, I'll know who stole my bicycle." Deacon said, "Man, that sounds like a good idea, preacher." So choir got through singing. Preacher walked up behind the pulpit, opened up his Bible, started preaching on Moses and the 10 Commandments. He started off and said, "Thou shalt have no idols before me. Children, obey thy father and thy mother, thou shalt not commit adultery. And he stopped right there. Closed out the sermon. Walked back to the back of the church. They let church out and come walking past him, everybody shaking his hand. After everybody got out of the church, the deacon looked at him and said, "Preacher," he said, "I thought you was going to stop it. Thou shalt not steal." And he said, "Well, the thing is, when I got to thou shalt not commit adultery, I remember where my bicycle was." Must be Baptist. This thing up out of here. I got a janky setup up under here because my cherry picker don't fit up under the frame without wheels and tires on it. And I'm lazy, so I'm not gonna bother putting wheels and tires on it. The problem is, hopefully, my lift will go high enough to get this thing out of here. We're gonna go ahead and get these fuel lines, brake lines off the frame. That way when we send this thing out to Glenn, have her sandblasted, he won't have to be working around all that crap, and plus it's got to be replaced anyway. So what we got up under here. Not for sure what direction that goes. Oh. Alright, that one's bolted in and the bracket is bent over the top of the bolt head. So that ought to be a lot of fun. Probably what we'll do is just cut it here and here. And then we'll be able to get to it. We'll have to, I guess, tap them out. I guess. Shoo, smell that old freaking gas. Takes me back, that smell takes me back to when I was working at a place called TJ Snow Company down in Chattanooga. And I was in maintenance there. Boy, it's been a long time ago. Let's see, mid to late 90s, I guess. And maintenance at TJ Snow Company was whatever Mr. Snow said maintenance was, which included mowing the yard, putting up fences, running fiber optics, rebuilding forklift motors, pouring concrete, installing compressors, changing step-down transformers on CNC presses, and taking care of Mr. Snow's fleet of 65 and 66 Mustangs. And that smell is exactly what that entire building smelled like. Takes me back. It's the next day. We're gonna start winding this thing up, but I wanted to show you a few things. So we got this back of this block cleaned out enough that you can see what's going on there. So that's a block number 3731548. And if you look that number up, I might put in a picture right here. That is from a 1957, and it is a 283 2-bolt main. Also, the cylinder head number is a 3731554, and I will put in another picture right here. And you will find that that is the cylinder head number from a 1957 to, I believe, 61, not 100% sure, 283. Believe 1.72 intake, 1.5 exhaust, I believe is what that is. Not for sure on CC. Not you know, awesome heads by any stretch of the imagination, but matching number. So the cylinder heads go with the car, the block goes with the car, and last we have, you can't hardly read it, but that says Power Glide right there. It is cast iron. So if any of you know anything about this setup here and the starter setup, I believe 1955 into halfway through 56, I believe they had the Turbo Glide transmissions, which turned out they were horrible transmissions. And I believe halfway through 56 into 57, they changed to the cast iron Power Glide, and I believe the cast iron Power Glide was used the remainder of 56 all the way through 57. And I'm not 100% sure when they switched over to the aluminum case Power Glide, but it was not long after 57. It may have actually been 58. I'm not for sure, but I know 56 and 57 used cast iron Power Glide. Also, some telltale signs. You'll notice that the starter bolts into the housing of the transmission. That is another telltale sign of the 55, 56, 57. You'll also notice that there are no bolt hole provisions in the side of the block for side-mounted motor mounts. That is 1957. The motor mounts, right there. They are in the front. Now, more than 1957. I won't even pretend to know the years. But 100% 1957 did not offer a 283 with side provisions for motor mounts. So the reason I bring all this up is I wanted to, for my own self, verify that this is 100% legitimate, a matching numbers 1957 Chevrolet 283 Bel Air hardtop 4-door that has never been tampered with. I didn't show it, but I looked at the other cylinder head. They are matching number cylinder heads. So neither one of the heads have ever been off the engine, which really is not a surprise. It only had 99,000 miles on it. But it is cool that the motor, transmission, cylinder heads, everything important with numbers on it is matching to this car, which is really awesome. That's what I was told. But while it's been in the car and on the frame, I haven't bothered looking. And since earlier I pulled the motor and transmission out, I thought, well, I'll just clean the back of this plate off and just go through the numbers real quick. And yes, it is awesome. All matching numbers. So that's cool. That means I've got to switch arms. I have been working all day long. That means that we're going to go forward with our original plan for this car. It was never going to be a hot rod. So the engine will be put back to stock. A 2-barrel carburetor, cast iron intake, the original stamped valve covers with the Chevrolet on them, and it's going to look pretty much like it did in 1957, other than this was 6-bolt system. So most likely I will not be using the generator / power steering pump. It runs on 6-volt. So I'm going to have to switch it over to probably, most likely, a 1-wire 12-volt alternator and run all new wiring through the car for the new 12-volt system. And another thing, something I'm going to have to contend with. This set of cylinder heads, along with several other cylinder heads, if you've ever heard of the old 461, 461X, they call them double hump heads. Some people call them Fuelie heads. They were the cylinder heads that come off of the 283 fuel injected or dual quad Corvette engines. They do not have bolt hole provisions for your accessories. So I'm going to have, I'll have the new 1-wire 12-volt alternator here. That means that I've got to find the bracketry that is going to allow me. I just noticed a big freaking dent right there that I will have to fix. Crap. Well, crap. And I may have done that. That looks new. Well, crap. Oh, well. I'll have to find the new bracketry and stuff, if I want to put AC on it. The new power steering pump, like I said, we're not going to be using this one. There is Speedway sells a brand new updated version of this. I have never checked it out. It's around $450. It looks just like this one, but I believe they are a 12-volt system. And if that is the case, I may look into that, and that will possibly keep me from having to locate this bracketry. Or with that said, they also may offer the bracketry. So You know, this is a cumbersome system. You know, it sets out here and it's a big, long, you know, gaudy thing, but it is original, you know. So whichever way I go, I won't be getting rid of that. Anyone who is a OG to this channel knows that I don't keep things. I don't, the joy of doing this is not so much in me keeping them. I like to drive them for a while. I like to go enjoy the car shows for a while. But, you know, my garage is small. It's 20 by 20, and I do several different things in my garage. So what I'm leading into is the fact that when something starts getting in the way in here, then, you know, I start looking to move it on to somebody else to enjoy it. So all of everything on those shelves that is not used, that's replaced with updated or newer or better, everything will go with this car. You know, that way all the originality goes with the car. And if they want to change it back, then they'll have everything that I have to give them to convert it back to whatever they want to convert it back to. And that has really never failed me. You know, if somebody is a little sideways about, well, this, when, you know, you can say, well, hey, I've still got it. So, you know, it will go with the car. And that usually is pretty sufficient. Whatever. You run across squirrels like that are just all original, all original, all original. And they're, you know, that's fine. That is great. So that's why I don't get rid of stuff. When I sold my 56 truck, everything went with it. Everything went with it. I don't have pieces and parts to a 56 Chevrolet truck. It all goes with the vehicle when I sell them. So I know it was a bit of a rambletron, but that's how I do it. Anyway, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. If this is something you enjoy, then do me a big favor and just mash that like button. Just takes a second, just a second. And I've been getting some comments. I greatly appreciate it. The channel is growing like crazy. I think, you know, we're up to 155 subscribers, which I know, but it's a big deal to me, a really big deal to me, and I greatly appreciate it. And make sure your bell notifications are turned on. And like I've said before, I usually, sorry I have the hiccups, usually release a video once a week. And but until next time, you guys go do some work.